have you ever had like, I don't know how much this happens, but Millville's the best track on the circuit in my opinion. I love Millville, but during the week when John's there, he's not exactly making it national prep ready, right? Do you have days when you do that work, rip it, water it, whatever, to have a perfect day at the track? Do you ever do that if you're just practicing there?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's times I would get like in the dozer, back in the day, like with my last year at Geico or even at Star, like I would get in the dozer and I'd hammer out the track, or we would literally water just because it was all like hoses, off the ground. So I would literally just water that main line that I rode, or I would just say F it and just ride the track dry and dusty, and there'd be rain ruts going down the hill sometimes. Like I just didn't care, Steve. It's like, let's put our time in. Yeah. Not everything's always great. I mean, some of these facilities are so good nowadays, and the tracks are so good that, for outdoors, I think it's, sometimes
there's that story of you leaving Sandbox. You were at Sandbox with everybody, and you're like, you guys water and groom too much. I'm out of here. That's a true story, right? You left.
Yeah. Dude. I kind of got the shits a little bit with that, and I felt bad because, I'm a little bit more chill now or whatever, but it was outdoors, and it kind of rained, and they were like, the track was kind of rough, and I really wanted to leave that character there, and they were like, well, can you go and flatten this out? There's a puddle in this rut and this and that. And I'm like, how about we just go around it?
Yeah. I heard you just left and you never went back.
Yeah, or go through it.
Jay Mart was like, you guys are pussies. Just ride this.
But I think that's a lot of the time though, like with these Supercross tracks, like, I mean, what you're racing on the weekend, I mean, you need to be riding that during the week as much as you can. Like, get close enough to it. Obviously, you're not going to replicate it perfectly, but the full groom and everything. Like, everybody is good nowadays when it's like flat and smooth and perfect, and the whoops are perfectly built. But the winners win when the track's shit.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, obviously, Supercross is a little bit more of a fine line, I think, with certain things. But I mean, if the track gets a little bit more rough and stuff, knowing how to ride that stuff or cut down, like you see Webb, like and even Eli, they're pretty exceptional guys. If you watch, it's crazy.
No, you're right about that. And we were talking about how Tomac and Roxon for that first 450 race were great, and then as the track got more beat up, they fell a little bit off the pace. Because I think it was a start dependent main number one, and Kenny and Tomac just totally smooth 1-2 and no problems, and then as it got ruddier and beat up, they couldn't quite go as fast,
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, that third main, guys, I saw the concrete a decent amount around the track, and I was
heard,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It's definitely, and going back to Millville, I think Alex told me, like, I just think of Millville as being so epic and so amazing, but Alex is like, during the week, man, when we were there, it's just rocky and dusty and ruddy. And, it's hard to think of Millville like that.
Oh, dude,
right?
It's so bad some days, like Blue Groove. I don't even enjoy riding it sometimes, like, I'm not going to lie. And then people are like, oh, it's the best track. And I'm like, well, you've done as many laps as I have.
Yeah.
But I love it.
We're trying to do a PulpMX ride day in the fall. I'm dealing with this Alex guy, and he's not getting back to me, but we're trying to do a PulpMX ride day, J Mart.
Yeah, just go down there, beat down that door, and just say, hey, it's going down.
Yeah, he's real tough to deal with. I don't know. He told me he's building this new website. He's very, very busy, so,